Welcome to an all new episode of Damn, That's Good with Big Salinas Barbecue with Randy and Junior Salinas. The show starts now. What's going on, everyone? Welcome to an all new episode of Damn, That's Good with Big Salinas Barbecue. I'm Randy, joined by my brother Junior. We got a good, fun episode for you. First of all, let's thank our sponsors, which are Holy Smoke Spice Company, Brothers Keepers Barbecue, Prairie Fresh, Mad Cow Cutlery, and Meat Hugger. Be sure to check them out on all their social media sites from Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. All of them give their products a try if you have not already. And of course, follow us on all of our social media sites as well: TikTok, Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, Twitter. But without further ado, let's get this show started.
Hey! We had a great episode last night. Just kind of talking, chit chatting. Went over the draft. Went over some other stuff as we get prepared for it. We do got our shout outs, of course, our small business shout outs, which we love. Randy, what you got?
So my small business shout out is going to be Baylor Backyard. They now carry all of our products as of let's see, not this past Monday, but the week before on the 8th. They do carry our original spicy, and I believe our peach and spicy peach sauce, along with our not spicy, our side chick, porker rub, holy garlic, and then they're going to be getting more once they do start selling out. So if you're in that area, Houston area, be sure to stop by Baylor Backyard. They're located on 210 10th Street in Navasota, Texas. So be sure stop by, pick our rub sauces, along with anything else that you want to give a try. They will hook you up. Just tell Kenneth and their staff, hey, Big Salinas Barbecue sent us, and they will take care of you. I promise. That is my small business shout out. What you got?
I've got a great place. It's DNA Plumbing Services. You can reach them at 214-799-8080 or visit them at dnplumbingservices.com. Go check them out. Let them know Big Salinas Barbecue sent you, and they will give you that VIP treatment. You always got to have something going on with them pipes down there. Old house, new pipes, whatever's going on, just give them a call, and they will take good care of you. Yes, tell them Big Salinas Barbecue sent you, and they will give you that VIP treatment.
Yes, they will. Uh, and then let's see. Before we dive into what we've been cooking up lately, because that's going to probably pan into our first segment, which we'll get to here shortly. Uh, like I mentioned, Baylor Backyard now carries our product, and then as of today, the 18th, um, Texas Brisket Biscuits in Euless, Texas now carries our products as well. They have all of our line of rubs and sauces, so be sure to stop in, pick you up a bottle, pick you up some biscuits, take them home, put them in the oven, and you won't be disappointed. I can tell you that for sure. So if you're in the Euless area, like I said, if you're going through, stop by, make that detour. If you see them out, I believe they are in the Dallas market. So if you're on those market days on Saturday, be sure to stop by, let her know, hey, Randy and Junior with Big Sling's Barbecue sent you. Pick up some biscuits, give them a try. Our Noble Rub is in that Texas brisket one, along with our brisket that we cook up on the side as well for her. So you can try a little piece of it. But she's got some amazing brisket biscuits as
Little
so
tongue tied.
yep, those are two new stores that we got carrying our products. Uh, that is it. What have you been up to lately besides cooking? Because we're going to dive into that here in a little bit.
Cooking wise, really not much of
Not
anything.
cooking wise, sir. Not cooking wise.
Not cooking wise. What have I been up to lately? We had again for those that didn't know, we are new to listening to the show. I did some volunteer slash coaching for the my wife's school at LPS. We finished our season, had our awards banquet. Um, So that was fun giving that out, especially getting to see some of the girls that I've actually coached for the last couple seasons. One of them's graduating, and a couple of them are getting back. But just the excitement, even today when we did pictures, of having the girls being like, "I can't wait for next season." Overall, so I think it was a success. Record wise, I'll admit it wasn't what I would have wanted it to be, but considering half of our team was brand new to the sport, playing, and they were sixth, seventh, and eighth graders playing against high schoolers because we didn't have that many to have two teams, so we just had one big varsity team. So that's what we've been up to the last couple of weeks, just tying that down, finishing it up, and then kind of just doing stuff around the house, getting it ready to for the summertime is what I'm trying to do. Tired of working.
Yeah, and it's starting to get hot. That the heat is starting to pick up. Rain. Uh, so definitely got to tidy some stuff up. Yard work probably going to take priority because man, those weeds. That's what's growing around here is weeds.
All it
Tell you
is
that much.
weeds,
But
weeds, and more weeds.
yep. But yeah, that's basically all we. I know he was all up to. I hadn't been up to much besides cooking. We're gonna dive into that here in a second. So you know what? Let's just go right into our first segment. It's time to light the fires and crack open a cold one as we go inside the pit. Inside the pit, this is where we're going to start talking about what we've been cooking up lately. We'll have our guest on and all that kind of stuff. We're working, playing around with some intros. So if you like that intro into the segment, we got one coming up for the last segment as well. Uh,
Oh,
so we're gonna try and make this podcast a lot better as it goes. But what have you been cooking lately?
before we get into that, hey, what about if you want to sponsor this segment? Let us know, and we can
Yes, sir.
maybe arrange that. SNT coming up with new things. Let's come up. Maybe want to sponsor Inside the Pit. What I've been cooking, we did, like I said, not much of anything earlier. There's just some steaks. At one point, I think we helped you cook some for Mother's Day. We threw down some steaks and stuff. I'll let you talk about that. We did some corn,
Yep.
grilled some corn up. Um, I think one of these days, I think here to tomorrow or Saturday, we might try to do some pizzas out there on it. So just kind of get that going, try to get that perfected. We had fun with it the last time. So but got to get the yard work and all that stuff done first too. So we'll see. What have
Yep.
you been cooking?
So we're gonna dive right into this. What this segment gonna be is talking about how you can get a lot of steaks out for cheap. Because we did have Mother's Day while he plays around with his microphone over there. So if you hear some noise, that is him. But so we had Mother's Day, and as y'all know, go in the grocery store buying some steaks, whether it be ribeye, sirloin, whatever it is, New York strips. Uh, for two people, you're probably looking at 20, $30. And then imagine that by, 12 people, 11, 12 people. It can get pretty costly. So decided, let's try to. I was trying to find me some prime rib to cut it down into ribeyes. Couldn't find any. So settled on some whole eye of round. Uh, that's the whole one, probably about 7 pounds. So cut those down into steaks. We had like 14 steaks, I believe, and then bought a tri-tip and smoked that like a brisket. But we'll talk about that whole eye round first. Um, Good little way to get a lot of steaks for very cheap. Um, you know, like $25 plus tax. Um, so maybe let's say like $28 or something like that. Not too bad. You get 14. Yeah, about 14 steaks, depending on the size. Bigger it is, more steaks you can get out of it. Smaller it is, less steaks. Being at different cuts for different days of the week, you can make into stuff for roast stews. Steaks during the weeks, you can pound them out. Maybe make some chicken fried steak out of there. Different things you can do with it. But cut them into steaks. Went ahead and marinated them with that Texas oil dust bullseye. Man, that stuff is killer. If you have not tried that, give it a try. on your steaks, it will make those steaks taste so much better, especially if they're just cheap cuts. It's gonna up that game. So marinate it for about 3 4 hours, and then season them up with our cowabunga rub and holy garlic rub. Threw them on the grill, got them to about 145, and they come out delicious. I thought. What did you think, Junior? Did you like it? Maybe if he unmutes
Oh,
himself.
no, the steaks were, yeah, I was fiddling with my mic. I didn't want you to hear all that. I'm trying to get this thing set up right. Uh, it was definitely good, on point, and I'm with you, man. I was telling our pastor about it because he asked what we cooked, and I said we did Mother's Day early because my brother's got to work on Sunday. He asked what we cooked. I said some steaks. I said, what did he do? I said he got a big eye, an eye round steak, your sirloin steak, little round, and for $25, cut it up. Probably made what 10, 12 of those things,
Yep.
and it was perfect. And if we went and you would have done that, if you would have bought everybody their own individual steak, you would have spent about $60. Um, and that's just you're not
More than that.
talking about good quality cut of
Yeah.
meat. Neither sirloin is the bottom of it. So it's like that one time with the fight when we did the chuck roaster, and then we kind of cut it up and made it as a steak, make steak bites, or you can definitely. So definitely got a bang for our buck. The rubs were on point. The grilling was on point. I enjoyed it. I ate
Yep.
well my serving and some. So
Oh yeah. And then of course we had that nice grilled corn on the cob. I didn't have the corn on the cob. I had a baked potato. Um, and then we had some biscuits from the Texas brisket biscuits.
that were
Um,
good.
so everything was good. And then of course we had that smoked uh, brisket style tri-tip. That I was talking to the barbecue broker about. It's different. If I would recommend someone to try it, but like I told Greg, I would recommend you to try like a prime grade. Don't buy a cheap one because the cheap one is not going to come out as juicy. Definitely, you can probably marinate it, inject it. But all in all, it turned out really good. It was nice for that for lunch the next day. I think Mason, they took it some home for Nick because Nick had to work.
Yeah,
I know Nick didn't have to work. He had to go to the football game.
he had a spring
Um,
football game he
yeah.
was at.
So they took him some stuff to eat, but Mason ended up making his steak into some steak and eggs that he ate for himself the next day. So hey, it all got eaten. But like I said, I enjoyed everything. Definitely, highly recommend doing either one of those. Like I said, if you're wanting to cook a lot of steaks for people and you don't want to spend a lot of money, that is the way to go. Even if you just want to, your family of three and you want to have different steaks, maybe for a month or so, do it that way. Um, you know, that's the way to go. Save you some money. You don't need to buy $30 steaks every time. 30 times, four is going to come out way more than $25.
Go in on the trimming of it because I saw if check out his. He think he did it on TikTok, Instagram, probably shared it on Facebook. I saw it on TikTok. Talk about how you were trimming it up to trim some of the fat. Obviously, you want to leave some of it, just like you would a brisket. But go tell us about that. Tell me about that.
Yeah, so it has a lot of silver skin and fat on the outside of it. So I just trimmed off all that silver skin on the outside, and got off any of the loose fat. And then of course there is a big fat cap on one side of it. You can leave that on there. I trimmed that down to want to say maybe a quarter of an inch. Just leave some on there to kind of protect it from the heat, and also kind of add some extra flavor at the end. You don't have to trim it as aggressively. If you want to leave more fat on there, go for it. Um, but I would highly recommend getting that silver skin off, just so you can get a good crust around the outside, depending on how you want to cook it. If you want to cook hot and fast like we did, which basically just got it right over the coals, Flipped it a couple times, got it to 145, pulled it off, and it was juicy. When you're cutting it down into steaks itself, um, you can go about a half an inch to an inch, depending on the size of steak you want. I I didn't measure it out. I think I eyeballed it. Maybe it would have been an inch.
Yeah.
Um, but because you want something real big. You don't want to be like this massive 6-inch steak. You just want a good bite. But definitely when you're trim it as best as you want. Um, you can, like I said, if you want to go smaller, you can. You can get more steaks out of it. If you want to go bigger, hey, go for it. There's different things you can do with it. Like I said, you can cut it down, and then you can just jacquard it, or you can poke it with a fork to kind of get some of that marinade in there. Kind of tenderize it as well. If you want to get a tenderizer and beat it, like I said, you can make it into chicken fried steaks, very cheap. Because if you go to like Texas Roadhouse, Saltgrass, those fancy steaks that may be near you, you see those cheap menu items. If you go from a $30 plate to all of a sudden you see like a $15 plate, most of the time it's going to be something cheap like a round steak.
Yeah.
So there's nothing wrong with that. But yeah.
No, not at all. I think honestly that's the way. If you, like I said, if you're looking to have a meal that you can eat and feed a lot of people, I'm thinking of buying one and just cutting it up, and then we have steaks for a couple different times. You could definitely freeze it. You got a Ziploc thing,
Yep.
airtight things, and just put them in the freezer. But it's definitely worth it to do it that way. For sure. I don't think any other way to do it. I mean, if you want to buy the individual, some people like the ribeye. I know you said you were looking for a ribeye, prime ribeye or something to do a little bit nicer of a steak. You could a little bit there, but I think even then, if you could find something like a big old ribeye steak like that you'll spend 40, 50, 60 bucks on, it's still going to be worth it to get 10 steaks out of it or 8 steaks out of it, depending on what you want to
Yep.
cut. I thought these were perfect size. I think about an inch thick. They had a great thickness, good round spot to it. Really good overall. I thought it came out really well. So definitely is a way to do it. I mean, I think nowadays with the cost of meat, you have to look at ways to save money. I don't think there's any other way you can do it.
Yeah, you got to look at different ways. Kind of stuff that we've kind of talked about in the past. Kind of bring them now. You take a look at your brisket. The brisket usually here is like $2.99, $3.99, depending on what grade you want. If you want to cook a brisket, go for it. If you want to buy a brisket, but not sure if you want to cook the whole thing, you can trim it down and you can cut it down into smaller pieces, kind of like a chuck roast, and cook it down like that. If you're going to do that, I would recommend trimming it first, and then cutting it down into smaller sections, and going with the grain. So that way, when you go to slice it, you can just slice it against the grain. You don't have to eyeball it. You know where the grain is. Um, if you want to separate it from the point and flat, you can do that and then still cut it down in smaller sections. Then you'll have your point that you can cook, for burn ends, whatever you want. Um, if you work, all day, but you want brisket and you want to put it in the, crock pot, Instapot, whatever it is, go for it. There's nothing wrong with that. Um, no, hey,
Do you?
whatever you and your family enjoys,
do,
go for it.
do you? And I think that's the big thing. As we watch all these videos and we go back and forth on them, we get Ed involved and other people involved in it. And it's like, at the end of the day, it's like, just do you. I was talking to one going back and forth on a different topic, and he's like, are you jealous? You jealous? And I was like, I ain't jealous one of anything anybody else is gonna do. Do you? You did you.
Yep.
I'm gonna do me, and that's it. Like I think for me, I never thought about, I could buy a brisket, do a couple different cooks on it, cut it in half or quarter it. Depends on how you want to cut it. Obviously, after you trim it up,
Yep.
That's a good idea. Like I said, a chuck roast. We did a small one here. You could smoke it like a brisket. Comes out real good. So just new and inventive ways to do things and thinking outside of the box of like, okay, hey, this is what we're gonna like. I think I've gotten big on. Hey, I'm just gonna go pick up some skirt steaks and do my own fajitas. I can season them. I can get them ready. Maybe you want to pound them a little bit, marinate them overnight. Boom, fire up the grill. You're ready to go. It's almost cheaper than going to the meat markets, the Mexican meat markets, and getting them. So, like I said, just whatever you feel is good for you and your family, do it. Period.
Yep.
I mean, we've done
Yeah.
ribs one time in the Instapot when we lived in the apartment in Firewheel, and they came out really good. I mean, yeah, it's not that smoked taste to it, but it came out good.
Yeah. Whatever. I mean, like I said, whatever your family enjoys. I mean, sometimes you don't have time to go out there and grill, but you want some uh, kind of barbecue, or you want some steak or something. Go for it. Or you want a hamburger and you don't have a grill, you can cook it over on a cast iron, flat top, whatever it is. It's going to come out good. If you want to throw it in the oven, go for it.
A griddle.
Uh,
Yep.
yeah, griddle. Um, One of those George Foreman's, if you still
Yep.
have those. Um, Different things. Well, whatever you can do, go do it. As long as you're cooking and eating good, it don't matter. Um, you know, Whatever you can do to save money, because like I said, everything is getting high.
It is getting hot. I think I cooked steaks a couple of weeks ago. I had a little grill pan that we have. We do it right here on the grill. I did. It was late trying to get stuff done. I didn't want to. We last minute we said, hey, let's just do these steaks instead tonight, and that's what we did. So just threw it right there. Came out good. But in the all reality, most of the times you go to these steakhouses, they stick it on a little grill type deal just to get some marks on it, and the rest of it's cooked in a cast iron.
Yep.
So that's just how it is, especially the expensive ones. That's how you see it done on all the Food Network shows and all that stuff. They don't do it on an actual grill outside. So, hey, but like I said, we said, do you? That's our biggest thing here. Do what you love for you and your family, and that's all that matters.
Yep. Faux show. And then of course Father's Day is coming up pretty fast. Uh,
It's a bullshit holiday.
mhm.
We'll get into
People
that.
gonna be cooking. Someone's gonna be cooking.
You,
I'm not
you
sure
ain't
if
a
I'll be.
father. Oh no, wait, no, wait, no, I
No.
take that back. You are. You know why? Because they said it today. Chelsea said it on there on Mother's Day. So for all those mothers, hey, happy Mother's Day again. Late happy Mother's Day to you. That if you're listening, uh, Chelsea says, well, what about the mothers that are four-legged animals that are moms? They count too. I said, well, I guess Randy, you count. You got a four-legged animal that you're a dad to. That's probably on your bed
Hmm.
right now. Um,
She's sleeping.
Heart probably snoring. If we had the mic close enough, you probably hear it. But so yeah, I would agree. So but we'll be out there cooking. They're not gonna do nothing that's going on. So it is what it is. But Father's Day, there's no sales, there's no nothing like that for Father's Day. So we ain't worried about it.
No, it's what you're cooking. So yeah, if you're cooking up for Father's Day, what are you cooking up for your meal? All right, if your wife is cooking, uh, hey, let
More
us know
power
that.
to you. I want to see some
Yeah.
pictures. Are you drinking my beer?
Yeah, if we left in the refrigerator, so it's
I
mine.
thought you didn't like it. It's not bad, is it?
I don't care. I don't care
Cool
what beer
Coors
it is. Free
Banquet
beer
is a
is the
beer.
best beer. I don't care what kind of beer it is. Repeat it. I don't care what kind of beer it is. Free beer is the best
It
beer
is
or cheap beer.
facts. Facts. What did I tell you this weekend? That Bud Light hits
Yeah.
about $10 for a case, 24 case for like $12. Guess what I'm buying? Because that's 50 cents
It'll fly off the
a
shelves by then.
beer. 50 cents a
But
beer. I'm buying it. I put it in. I got a koozie. You'll never know.
yeah, yeah, you truly do never know. Uh, Diving right more. Let's dive more into inside the pit. Have you come across a barbecue product on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook that you saw that you want to try?
Let's see. I still want the Magna Chef gloves to come out. I want Ed wants some. I've been looking all the time. They've been sold out for a while, just trying to get the product in. The I think the probably the product because I got the meter one. I've been always looking. I see the probes on there all the time. And the wired ones they work better, than technically the Wi-Fi ones or the Bluetooth ones that I got.
Yep.
So something like that potentially I could see, but I don't do enough of that deep hardcore smoking like you do, like some of these other ones do. To I feel warrant that. So the meter probes work good for me. Uh, hmm. I would
Or
love,
anything new that you've tried?
huh?
Anything new that you've tried?
I haven't tried anything new. I want to try, I might do the onion trick, the whole cleaning your grill with the
Mhm.
onion on it. Because I love cleaning once it gets hot, and I've been getting in the habit of it before I shut it all the way down, before it gets hot, before I cover it up, trying to clean it there. And then, so I seen the tool on there on TikTok where you can stab it with the onion and then do from there. So, I've thought about maybe something like that. But, other than that, I haven't really, like I said, I haven't experimented, tried anything lately.
Tried anything? I have tried some. That's why I
Uh
asked the
oh.
question.
What?
So found it's called Fire Cups by Tiger McCool Barbecue Company. Found him on Instagram. Um, do think he's got a new Instagram one. Uh, but just look for that logo if you're on YouTube, on Instagram. Um, check out his products. Uh, with their fire cups, and they're really, really good. He's got different sizes. You light it, and probably 15 minutes, it's got a big old flame. Uh, Everything is ready to go. So definitely give it a try. Also got this cool little lighter too.
You light your cigars
Yeah,
with that.
yeah. So I'm not sure. I know he doesn't make it. He gets it from somebody. Uh, but definitely give these fire cups a try. He's got here a card that says 100% all natural handmade fire cups. Great for all your barbecue and camping needs. Works great on gravity fed smokers, charcoal chimneys, kamados, kettles, ugly drums, offsets, campfires, survivor camping, and more. Tiger McCool Barbecue Company at YouTube and Instagram. Check it out. Made here in the U.S. Uh, so definitely check them out. Um, there's a lot of great products out there. You just got to give them a try. Um, so definitely, we're going to challenge Junior to find a new product, give it a try, let us know
Well,
what he
I guess I
is
did try a
or is
product. If you want to talk about fire starters, had to go buy some charcoal at uh, Academy.
mm-hmm.
And they had the fire starters. The what is it? The Fugo or
Fogo.
trash.
You don't like them?
Trash. Sorry. I don't like them. Some of the people love. I've noticed I've had to use two to really get that fire going within. If you use one, it will work. But I used the one. It seemed like it took 30 minutes to get the fire to go, and I used two, and it cut it down in half. When I could use one of the whole Weber cube kettle thing, the cube ones, those work very good. Your skull ones worked good that you gave me.
Yeah, the smoking
Yeah,
skull
so I'll
skull
have to
ones are
try
really
the
good.
ones and see because
Um,
I've actually
and then
seen
the
it.
Royal Oak ones are really good too. Those are probably the three I would recommend is the Royal Oak, the smoking skulls, or Texas ones that you want, or the fire cups. Um, I would recommend, yeah, the Fogo one I've tried. I didn't like it. The B&B has one. Wasn't really fond of theirs as well. Um, I'm more of the tumbleweeds that you light it once, light one, and it's good.
See, that's what,
If
yeah.
you're a big fire, then you like two or three.
My father-in-law Rob got me some tumbleweeds one time, and those seem to like you could light one and just boom. Even
Yep,
those
and it's
Weber
out.
ones, you could set that little cube on the bottom of the thing, have your charcoal here, light it, and it'll take it off. from there. So we'll have to try it and see. Like I said, I'm not a fan of it, but I'm gonna use it all. It's just how I am. Like I said, I've learned. Okay, gotta use two of them. It's just the way it's gonna have to be. So you find your way around working it. But I think that would be, yeah. I've seen the cups now that you talk about it on TikToks and some stuff like that. So definitely want to try something like that. Will be my next adventure into it.
Yep. Yeah. So there's a lot of products out there. If you come across a product that you want an opinion on, tag us. Let us know. I know he's talking about MagnaChef. MagnaChef has some great products as well. We have the one Mags always has on Pet Life Barbecue. I'm not sure which ones they're called. Um,
He's got the
but that's
regular
one
gloves that have the web. They're
that have
basically a
the
web thing, and they got the clip. And then he's got they call I think the Freedom gloves that still have the clip, but they're your fingers aren't webbed.
yeah.
And I don't think you can go wrong with those. I mean, those things are awesome. You can definitely pick up coals, move it around. Um, I had to use it. If you're working close to the fire, definitely put some on, protect those hands. You really cannot go wrong with it with those. But
Yeah.
they're just last time I talked to him, I was trying to order some for a buddy of ours, and they were out. He says when they get them in, they're out just as quick. So that's how popular
Yeah,
those things are.
yeah,
So they're really good.
they're really really good. The only thing I knock them on is that I don't think it's high heat as it says it is. I could be wrong, but sometimes when I go to grab, a pan or the rack or something, sometimes you can start feeling that heat on the fingers. Now, certainly, it's nothing to the degree, if you're going to grab it with your bare hands, you do have that protection on there, but you can feel some of that heat coming off, which makes you, start saying, "Oh, you got to put it down." Uh,
But
I'm
be
not sure.
careful. Because Johnny Maggs told me a story where he's so used to using them to move his logs and stuff around in his new pit that he's used to having it on there that he forgot he didn't have it on there and went to grab a log and the log was hot. The coal was hot, red hot. And he said he cried like a girl, screamed like a girl, which I could
Yeah,
imagine.
I believe it.
But it does get hot. You're right. It's not they it probably is that temperature if you believe it or not. It probably is right around 500 or something is what they say it is. People
Yeah,
say it can get hotter, but it's all your pain tolerance and your level at that stage. But it will get warm if you have it near the fire or near the smoker or whatever you have that your heat source. It will keep those things heat, so you want to keep
yeah,
them away, let them cool off once you use them, and then go from there.
yeah, yeah, and that could be the issue. It could be user error. Like I said, I highly recommend those products. Um, Definitely. Like I said, if you do have a product that you want us to try or want us opinion on, let us know. Tag us in their post, and we'll buy them and give them a try. Uh, we want to ask them for free. We'll buy them. Um, Certainly, if you want to send us stuff, that's up to you. We're not going to ever ask. We will always offer to pay. So that is a good thing about us. Everything we do, we just want to support. So
I would agree. Like I said, say, hey, send us a message, Randy on Facebook or TikTok or whatever, or Junior Salinas, one of us, and say, hey, come try our stuff. Let us just say, come try it. Give us an idea of what you would like us to try. And I honestly, I think Randy said it best. I'd rather pay for it. Let me do it so that way I can give you my honest feedback on it. If you were going to send it to us, just know, like he's right, we're not going to turn it down. I'm not going to say, no, don't send me nothing free. I'm always going to say that. But just know we're going to give you our honest feedback and opinion on it because that is the only way to get better. And like you said, we people try our sauce, people try our rubs. They say, no, this isn't for me. We always tell them, hey, give it a shot twice. So no, we're going to try it 2 or 3 times and then go from there. Because I
yeah,
still try other rubs and stuff, like I said, and put it on things that are not your norm for it or not what people recommend it on. And it turns out that I'm like, hey, I like it actually on this, maybe not on that, but this is what I like it on. So we'll definitely give you that honest feedback. But let us buy it. That way you can make a little money off of it, regardless of what we say.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, and we do try different products. I know I try different rubs and stuff, sauces as well. Um, but when I'm mainly doing a lot of catering and stuff or competition stuff, I'm gonna stick with what I got. Um, just because our customers are used to it, and I don't want to throw something different at them, and all at once. But we will definitely try it at home. Give give you a good review, and let you know what we think of it. Um, hey, if it's something that we fall in love with and we want to use for, some kind of side or something, something catering wise, we're going to use it. We're not shy on doing that. We've done it before. Got great reviews and stuff, but we're going to test it out first for us and our family to see if we like it, and then we're going to cook for everybody else. That's just what we do. Um,
Big
but
facts.
yep. Anything else you want to talk about inside the pit?
Not well. If you brought up trying stuff, I do want to try that Texas charcoal thing. So maybe we find a spot where we can go get it, split a bag or something like that, because I know it is kind of pricey. So
Yeah, we'll have to.
uh,
I got to
we
look
could
to see
drive to
who's got
Fort
it.
Worth or something like that.
Yeah.
We were out in Weatherford where there's a spot where they sell it in that area. We should have got stopped and got a bag. But
Oh yeah, look for that. Yeah,
yeah,
we'll
need
make
to try
we'll make
that.
a trip and
Definitely charcoal
try.
recommendations on it because we love it. We're B&B, but we will give it a shot from there. So it is funny though, when we first started cooking, it was Kingsford, and now like nobody. Rarely see people buy it. It's B&B is what people are going to, or what is it? The other one, Devil one,
Royal Oak.
Royal Oak, or
Um,
I can't think of the first part of the Devil, Jealous Devil, something like
yeah,
that.
Judge Devil. Yep.
As the three I think people are going to, and then this Texas charcoal one, I've heard some good things on it. I've done some research on it, so I think this would be something we try to give it a shot, and you can't go wrong with it. So that's what they're saying, but we'll give it a shot.
Yep. Definitely can't go wrong. Uh, we'll, yeah, we'll definitely have to make a trip out there to get some. Uh, maybe you know try some barbecue somewhere. It ain't gonna
There's
be this week or the next weekend. It'll probably be the following weekend. It's gonna be a
there's
while.
plenty of good spots in Fort Worth to eat
So,
too. Or
but yeah,
we
we'll
head
have
down
to get out
south
there.
too. We
Yep. Yeah, down south too.
head
Definitely
to
there.
Austin.
Yep. No, nope. I was thinking a little bit further in Bronzeville's Burnt Bean Company.
Oh, sure. I hear you now. Yes, we can do that.
Yeah, we'll have to plan it out.
We
Because
can definitely
it
do
is getting
that.
a little too hot. Those of you know us, when it gets hot, we're not out cooking competition wise because you know
It's hot.
our parents are usually always getting sick. This one over here, has kind of got stuff that my dad's got that he can get sick too. So we gotta watch everyone, make sure everybody don't get sick.
What do you mean sick? I'm the one that had it first. They gave it to him. No, I'm
See,
just playing. I do. We do get sick. They do get sick.
yeah,
They're sick right now, and we had Eden was sick last week, so it is what it is.
yeah, and the heat is nothing to play around with.
So we
Especially
definitely
being
don't
outside.
do it. Now, that's not to say we won't do a competition or we won't do something like that. So if there's one you want us to try, and maybe we can work something out or we can do it, we will definitely share it with us and let us know. Um,
Yep.
for sure, because the competitions are fun. They're a lot of fun
Yeah,
to hang
preferably
around
something that's got
everybody.
some shade. If it's got some shade, definitely it can go that
That's the
way.
problem, yeah, because you get these
Yeah,
other
a lot
ones
of
that
it.
are like
Yeah,
on a
nah,
parking lot on concrete, and it's like the heat
yeah,
just it's like
the heat coming off the drums and the concrete and the trailers, and it's just
I guess that's why the one at El Dorado is a popular one because it is kind of warmer, but they move the cars out of from under there, so you basically have a canopy all night. It's nice and cool. Um, so We'll see. You never know. We'll keep y'all posted if we do decide to do a competition, so you can get out there and join us.
Yeah. Yeah. And before we close out Inside Pet, we're going to go to our questions. This is quick thinking questions off the top of our heads. We're going to start getting into it. Because, Mags come out responding to one that he didn't like our choice. So sorry, Mags. Blue cheese has got to go.
Out the door has got to go.
Mm.
I don't get that must be. I mean, I look at it. I gotta do rants. I now it's weird because I was telling him Derek will do ranch and blue cheese. He'll do a mixture of it. So I guess he's in. Some people I've seen a lot of people do the mixture, but if I'm picking ranch or blue cheese, you got to go out the
Yep.
door.
Yep. Sorry, Mags.
Mags don't know nothing. He don't know what he's talking about.
So yeah, we'll do our quick questions. My question that we're going to ask for, like I said, this is our questions are you can only pick one. This is what you got to roll with. We've had briskets different ways. We had it on the drum smoker. We had it on the offset. We've had it on the Weber. We've had it on a vertical smoker. You can only cook and eat a brisket one way. Which way you're picking it? You want it on the offset, drum smoker, or the Weber.
Offset.
Yep, I would say the same
Yeah,
thing.
I just something about it. I mean, not that you can't throw down one on your barrel smokers because you can
Yeah,
throw it down. You've won first place and brisket on it at competitions. It's not that you can't do it; you can do it. I did it on the Weber kettle. It can be done. It does taste good, but there's something about that offset where it's just more wood than anything else. And it's just I don't know. It's just a different taste, different flavor. I think.
yeah. More smoke and less direct heat hitting it, so you're able to get a better bark on it. I think. Um, but this is what we think. Definitely, we're both rolling offsets. If you prefer a different way, hey, go for it. If you prefer it on a pellet smoker, let us know that as well. We don't have a pellet smoker. We've never cooked on one, so I couldn't tell you if
Yeah, I couldn't. That's yeah.
hey,
I
you
thought
got
about getting one just to get one when they get like in the wintertime, it goes down. I thought about, hey, I wonder, but I don't know.
hey, Char 380 may have something for you. I'm telling you
I
right
might
now.
I thought
If
about
you're
getting one
if you're
to
in
see
McKinney, he's
about
got.
it.
They are
And
trying to get rid of some of the stock that they got. Whether it's if you're looking for uh, a pellet smoker, any kind of charcoal, propane, anything like that, he's got. Is what he wants to get rid of some stock because he's got something coming up that he's going to do. I'm not going to say it yet until he releases that information, and then we'll announce it. But I can tell you, get you a deal.
go check him out too, because if you're looking for a grill, green egg, what pellet, just a regular, maybe you
Yeah,
just want a regular propane one and you want one with some bells and whistles, go check them out. Maybe you want a backyard grilling patio setup, go eat. You can do it. You can do it. So definitely go check it out. Okay, here's a question for you then, Mister. I've got 95 grills in the backyard, worse than the barbecue president, almost. Uh, all your grills, your barrel smokers, your Weber kettle, your offset smoker, your small one, the vertical one we'll say is yours, and then Big Dorothy. You can only cook on one. The rest you got to throw away. Which one are you keeping?
first of all, I'm slapping the shit out of you. If you never tell
How
me to
come
throw
I
them away,
always get slapped with my questions and you don't?
because mine aren't that harsh. You always want you got to throw it. You got to throw it away. But
You
no,
got to give it away,
if I
whatever.
no, I ain't giving nothing away. Uh, I'll
Okay,
sell
you
them.
got to
I'll
leave
sell
it. You
them,
got
but
to
I ain't.
set it
Yeah,
at my house. It
nope.
sits in the garage until
No,
you want to use it.
I
You got
will
to
give
come
them to
get
Johnny
it.
Mags before I give them to you. But not if I only got to cook on one, probably going to be the offset, just because it's bigger. So many different things you can do on it. You can still cook hot and fast. You can cook low and slow. But competition wise. Uh, if you want to kind of dive that into that aspect of it, competition wise, definitely go on drum smokers. It's a lot easier to maintain and to cook on, and you're able to get some more sleep, and you're able to drink a little bit more if you want to drink more. Like I said before, me, I'm not into all that drinking. I'm just there to cook. I'll drink a little bit, but once it hits, about 10, 11 o'clock, I'm going to bed. Because I'm get up early and I'm
That is a true statement.
hitting that time clock.
He's not the only one. We all go to bed on it. I ain't even lying. I do it too because it's like I'm thinking of, hey, I'm tired. I've done been up all day, worked all day generally on it. Now we've stayed up, a couple of them. We've stayed up late and partied, and we did all that fun stuff, and there was nothing wrong with that. We had a good time, but for the most part, we definitely hit that thing. But we get up early. That's the thing. A lot of times we're up early, and a lot of camps, everyone's still asleep. Everyone's still out because they partied all night, or they're saying, "Oh, we're hungover, this and that." We're trying to go out there and do us. So that's why we always tell people, come out, come out, hang out with us that night, and then come out first thing in the morning because we still gonna be drinking in the morning. Not that we're not gonna be drinking. I think this last one it did get a little hot, and so we had to cut it off just because it was getting a little warm.
Yeah, it was getting a little hot. But, yeah. But question back to you. If you had to pick one, if you had different smokers, what smoker are you rolling with?
If I had your smokers, just to say, if I had multiple smokers, I think honestly, if I had an offset, it would be an offset. But if I didn't have an offset, I would stick with my Weber kettle. I think it's just something I just really like it. It's something I can do real quick, knock out whatever I'm going to knock out and get done because you can do everything that you want to do on it. It takes a little bit more of a setup to do it, whether you're doing snake method or different methods like that. But I really enjoy my Weber kettle.
Oh, yeah, definitely good grill to learn on. Uh, Definitely highly recommend that one as well. Um, you got any other questions?
None that I can think
Okay.
of at the present time. I need to write. I always tell myself I'm going to write it down, but let's just be real, I don't.
Yep.
When Johnny Mags and Greg, the barbecue broker, were running the show together, Johnny Mags would be prepared. Greg never would. That's me. I'm never no.
He's
It's
never
gonna
prepared.
fly by the side of my pants, fly by the side. But that's how we do it. That's how we roll.
Yep.
No, I think I'm good on the question. Like I said, we can get into some, like there's questions I have that if we wanted to talk about, but we've talked about it a lot. So we'll save it for next time. I'm gonna let it gain a little steam, but we'll save those for next episode on Inside the Pit.
Yep. Yep. But let's go to the last segment, and let's go around the pit and we talk about everything like we normally would if we're at a cook-off or in the backyard. This is around the pit. This is the last segment here. A lot of good sports news. My favorite one is the San Antonio Spurs have gotten the number one pick in the NBA
Boo.
draft. Uh, and I'm kind of excited to see they do draft uh, that 7 foot guy from France, uh, Wembanyama. Probably pronounced his name wrong. Um, but on tape, that dude looks. Uh, Honestly, everyone's saying he's biggest name. Um, since LeBron coming into the NBA draft, he honestly looks like a cross between Dirk and Tim Duncan. If you put those kind of two guys together, um, now add more height to him, that's where I kind of envision. I really am excited to see what he can do, and see if he can bring the San Antonio's, put him back on the map. And hey, we'll see. We'll see what happens. And then, of course, you got LeBron James and the Lakers now down 2-0 in the series.
Yeah.
Man. And then you got the Dallas Stars playing tomorrow night, Friday night, against Vegas in the Western Conference finals. We'll see what they do. Um, so it's definitely exciting sports news. What sports do you want to talk about?
We could get into all kinds of stuff. Um, we'll stick with the ones that are going on. They say we talk about football too much, I think, but we'll get into plenty of that as we get into future episodes. What's your thought on the whole Ja Morant thing? Um, the fact that people are now going and saying, well, he didn't break a law. It's not against the law in Tennessee to do that. Um, it's not against the law here in Texas for him to do exactly what he's doing. You can open carry here in Texas. You don't need a license. Same thing you can do there. That's the law. That's the way it works. But here's the thing. You can also go, we can also, me and you, Randy, we can go buy beer, but we can't drink it at work. We didn't violate the rule. Oh, well, you broke the work laws. Okay, well, he violated the NBA law, has a policy against it, and he violated it yet again. And I think they realized they might have done it. That's why you see it in the video. It's flash and then it's gone real fast. He knew he was in trouble doing it. He doesn't learn. And the fact that, like, you get people, I love a JJ Redick on First Take. He really goes after Stephen A and brings out stuff, but he takes an L on it today because he can't. Well, he's 23 years old. He's still an adult. At 18, right? You commit a crime, you can go to jail for life
Yep.
at 18. So there's no excuse. Age is no excuse. That's the thing we have. But what's your thoughts on it? What's your thoughts on the Ja Morant? I mean, what do you think he needs to be suspended? He's getting suspended, but what does he need to be
Yeah.
suspended? How many games?
I couldn't tell you how many games, but honestly, everybody's right and everybody is wrong at the same time. He is dumb enough to do it. He's got to pay the consequences. So if it's a quarter of a season, half a season, big fine. He's already lost $40 million and he's done it again. Um, you know, he does have a right to carry the gun if he wants. I know all the other stories are coming out, that he's flashed guns on a basketball court and all this other stuff. Um, I don't know, wasn't there. But the way I look at it is if you work for a company, whatever company it is or whatever entity it is, that company is going to tell you this is the stuff that you can do and you can't do. You can't post this on social media because if you do, it's going to make us look bad, and we do reserve the right to let you go. Same thing when it comes to being a professional athlete. They're going to give you the same kind of rules and regulations. So if you break those kind of rules, you got to pay the consequence for it. Whatever the rules are, we may not like. They may be dumb, but we kind of got to follow it. So you got to walk that fine line. And yeah, he is 23. I don't think everyone was young and dumb. Um, but I think when he's got that money, sometimes the athlete may think he's invincible. Um, and I do hope he does change so that way he can stay on the court. Because he is good to watch. Uh, but hey, if he's going to continue to do it, he may have a shortened career, and he may be asking, well, what if, you know? So it's going to one of those things you just got to sit back and watch, and hopefully someone can get through them.
Hopefully.
Yeah, but everyone's got to look at it. Like I said, you got to look at it from the company's perspective. In this instance, it's the NBA, just like the NFL. People have done stuff in the NFL and they've gotten suspended for it. If you talked about Jalen Carter, everybody's, oh, he's not going to get suspended. Well, he very well could because now he's an NFL athlete. Um, Roger Goodell still reserves the right to suspend you. Same thing, with Zeke, he reserved the right to suspend Zeke, for 6 games, and he got suspended for 6 games. Um, Cowboys fans, we didn't believe it. We didn't want it. We thought it was dumb, but he still got suspended. So kind of same thing that could happen to Jalen Carter can happen to John Morant. So that's what I think.
That's a good thought. I mean, it is true. It's one of those people rush to. It's funny how people will rush to judgment on one, and then they'll defend another one.
Yep.
So it's like with the whole you brought up the Zeke thing. Zeke, everyone, oh, he needs to be in jail. Then it came out, oh, she's making it up. Oh, he shouldn't get suspended. And then he still gets suspended. Just
Yep.
like with Watson, we heard people on TikTok, Browns fan, oh, well, he didn't do nothing. There's no crime. Nobody's coming. It should be no games. And then you bringing up points to them. Well, what if your daughter was in that situation, or what if this and that? And then they're quiet about it. But it is what it is.
Yep.
He's got to be smarter than that. You can't be stupid. There's stuff that yes, it's not against the law. You can smoke weed in Colorado, but guess what? You can't do it while you're at the job. You still may
Yep.
have to pass the drug test to get the job. I mean,
It's the same thing with the football players who got suspended for gambling. You can gamble for in college. You can gamble on any other sport besides the NFL. You just can't do it at the team facility. And when you do it at the team facility, what do you think's gonna happen when you get caught?
here's my thought. You know the rules. You have an agent that you can call. They had 24 hours a day, 365. You call somebody at his office, or he himself, she, whoever is answering that phone going, yes, no. If you're going to gamble, come to my office and do it with your bookie here at my office. I guarantee you they would do that because that's their job, is to help you stay out of trouble and keep getting paid. I just don't get why they're doing it at the facilities or at this and that. Give it to your boy. Let him go make the bet for you. So if anybody comes out of thing, it's on him. And be done with it. But I don't know. It's crazy with some of these athletes and stuff like that. I just don't get it. It's like, people with, I think Job's been saying, for the gangsters, the Crips, he keeps throwing their symbol up. They keep getting mad at him, saying, "Hey, you're not a part of this, dude." They're mad at him because you have a way out. Why do you want to be in that life? They had no choice. They had no out. You got out. You were successful. You have a shot to be successful. So do that. They rather you do that. Believe it or not, they rather you be somebody than nobody. It's bad when
Exactly.
actual gangsters are telling you to stop.
Yep. Yeah. I said, hopefully, someone can talk some sense into him, or he, comes to the realization, hey, it's not worth it. Enjoy your basketball life. Um,
Dude,
you know, hey,
we always talk about it, dude. I love to be the 12th or 13th guy on the bench that never gets to play, but give me give me the league minimum, that 500,000 a year, and
yep,
call it a day.
yep. Even the water boy shit. The water boy gets paid a lot.
They still getting 60. Say, yeah, I mean, you got to have a degree
Yeah.
or whatever they got to have for that, but we'll see. But yeah, your Rangers hanging around, hanging around, hanging around. Um, from there. So may have to go check them out this season. Maybe some other people listening would want to go. Big old group of us.
Yeah.
We'll let you pay for those Hurtado $23 nachos. I'm gonna stick
Oh
with
yeah,
the old six.
I ain't buying those
I'm gonna
nachos,
stick with
bro.
the $6
Too
hot
much.
dog. Maybe we'll go on dollar hot dog day. Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah.
talking about. Look that
Yeah.
up.
Or sitting in the all you can eat section.
Yes, that's what it is.
Yeah, because I ain't paying. If I pay,
I've
$50
seen
for
people.
a ticket,
Like
I
they
ain't
got
buying no more.
brisket, they got the nachos, they got
No.
this, and then then they complain about the price tag. No, 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 no. You just posted that on Facebook. Don't be complaining about how much
Yeah.
you spent.
You saw the price, looking at it. No.
I think
That's why when we go to Cowboy game, we eat before.
we
I
always,
ain't trying
yeah,
to
I know we
spend all
never.
this.
I think the last time we went was what, that playoff game, if I'm not mistaken, and
Mm-hmm.
we ate before. No, we ate there, but we ate like a hot dog or something because it was a long game. We stood for a while. Because we had to get there early, or else we wouldn't have got the spot we did, and we still didn't see the field, but it was a good spot. But yeah, no, I'm not paying that. We went to the Ranger game a couple years ago, and we bought a couple hot dogs. I think I bought a hot dog, and she got some nachos, and we got two hot dogs and nachos, and a couple of drinks and beer and stuff, and that was already like 30 something bucks. So no, I ain't buying no $23 nachos. I'll tell
Nope.
you that right now. I make those at the house. Better be an episode of Inside the Pit where we made some nachos.
Yeah, sounds like
I ain't doing it, man.
dang sure ain't spending that much on nachos.
No.
Not they're probably good as hell, but I ain't paying no $20
But
for it.
for sure, I ain't doing it. Like I said, my hat's off to them. I've heard for tortados, I've heard so many good things, bad, like both sides of the fence. So I've never had it, so I won't say one thing or the other. So I need to check it out. I was actually going to try to go to the one in Little Elm, but it closed. So I have to go to guess the Arlington or Fort Worth, or the Arlington or the one in Fort Worth. So but we'll figure it out one day.
Yeah, I'd probably recommend the Arlington one, uh, just because I think they're more trained than probably the Fort Worth one. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong, but as I said, that's just my opinion. Uh, but let's go ahead and wrap this up. My small business shout out, which was Baylor Backyard. Like I said, be sure to stop in and see them. They're located at 210 10th Street in Navasota, Texas. Be sure to stop by and see Kenneth. Tell Kenneth that Randy and Junior with Big Sling's Barbecue sent you. He will take care of you. Everyone there will for sure. They carry multiple of our rubs and sauces, so stop in, buy one of our stuff, buy um, all these other great products. Texas Oil Dust, LC Barbecue, Smoking Wizard, whatever you want. Probably going to have it, or it's going to be coming soon. So be sure to stop by, see Baylor Backyard. If you want to order our products, just click on the link below in the descriptions and give our products a try. Follow us on all our social media sites: TikTok, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Be sure to hit that subscribe button so you can stay up to date, because when we go live, it's going to be on YouTube first, so we can build that platform, and then we'll switch over
Yes.
to both Facebook and YouTube. So definitely stay tuned for that. But someone does have to arrive on time, so you can start on time. But yeah, look at his face if you're on YouTube. He knows. But like I said, give our products a try. If you're not satisfied once, try it twice. If you want some recommendations, hit me up. I will give you some recommendations on what I think you will enjoy. Like I said, just give them a try, because you never know. You just may get hooked on big taste, big flavor, big Salinas.
There it is right there. Yeah. When you have a 2-year-old is trying to get ready for bed, it's what happens. And apparently I'm the only one that can make her a bottle, but whatever. I digress. Check out my small business shout out, DNA Plumbing Services, for all your plumbing needs. Give them a call, 214-799-8080, or DNA Plumbing Services for all your plumbing needs. You know there's that backed up toilet or something going on at the house. Can't figure out why it keeps talking up. Give them a call. They will help you out. Maybe there's something else going on. Hey, tell them Randy and Junior from Big Selena's Barbecue told you to call, and they will give you that VIP treatment. And you will not be disappointed. I guarantee you that. But definitely go check out our products anywhere you can get them. Hit that subscriber like button on YouTube, because like I said, we will be going live more. We may even do some live shows. And yes, I will have to be on time for those. I will work on it. Give all our sponsors, big thank you to all of them, a shot. They make great products. You will not be disappointed for sure. And if you want us to be in a location near you that sells barbecue stuff, just let us know the store name and we'll do the rest. Let us do the heavy lifting. You just give us the name of the store you want to go. And remember, anytime you're outside cooking, you're at the pit cooking, or you're around the pit, do it with love, do it with passion, and we will see you down the road.